my very first scuba dive. We jumped in the water, we deflated our BCDs, we started going down, and I was so intently looking at my depth gauge because I didn't want to overshoot the maximum depth that I was allowed to go to, that as soon as I hit 10 meters, I was like, okay, what are 10 meters? And I wasn't looking up. And then I looked up and I saw the fish. And I was like, I almost forgot to breathe because it was so beautiful. There were all these little fish all around me. I was like, wow, this is so cool. The first time I saw mantas underwater, man, I had never seen anything more beautiful than that on this planet. It just looked outworldly. Mantas don't look like they belong on this planet, and they're so beautiful and so graceful. And the first time I saw them, I knew that I had to do this again and again and again. I started diving back in 2002. I think that was when I did my first dive. So I think that will make it maybe 21 years this year. And how many dives have I completed? Well, I stopped logging my dives after 100 dives, but I think according to my dive computer, maybe 350 plus dives. Not too many, but yeah, not a shabby number either. It's a little bit of a challenge to get used to the conditions, to get used to having your face underwater and realizing that you can breathe. You know, it's one of those things that you can't believe you can do. Your brain doesn't believe you can do. You've got your face underwater, your body's underwater, and you're still breathing. It's not like any other activity on the planet that you do on land. And diving generally is safe as long as you follow the rules and you follow instruction. And most people on the planet can dive. But as with most things in life, the more experience you have or the more experience you gain, the better you get at it and the more challenging dives you can undertake. Special moments underwater. Well, actually now, it's more the special moments that happen out of the water than underwater. And let me explain what I mean by that. And when kids see their first turtle underwater, when they're 11 or 12 years old, and they come out of the water and they're so excited about what they've just seen. And you as an adult, you're standing back and you're watching this conversation between two kids talking about the shark that they just saw or the triggerfish that they just saw and how beautiful and how colorful it was. And you realize that this 12-year-old's life has changed forever. But this experience and this awareness of the planet that we live on and how fragile it is, this is going to stay with them forever. And that's when diving for my brother and I, it went from being just a passion to a mission statement. Is diving dangerous? Is it a dangerous sport? Well, you know, I've been diving for 21 years and I'm here to talk about it. But I'll tell you this, diving is one of the safest things that you can do underwater as long as you're following the rules, you're listening to instructions, you're certified, and you know the proper way to dive. As long as you've been taught and you're following what you've been taught, it is safe and nothing will happen to you. But you have to respect the fact that you're in an unnatural environment. You're underwater. You don't really belong there, and you're with animals that do belong there. But as long as you respect their boundaries and you keep to yours, you're going to be fine. Because anyway, there's so much food on a reef that nobody's going to care about you. You're not on the menu anyway.